goddamn fancy. So Leyton and I are going to the beach. We're going to Redhead. So get out of here, Australia. Get out of here and go to the beach. So I wanted to video Leyton and how he behaves when he knows he's getting towards the beach. Because he sort of can smell it and he knows the road, but he hasn't been here for a while. So normally he'd be doing his whimpering now. But you watch when we get a bit closer. Right now he's very calm. He's normally agitated because he's like, oh, we're going to get there soon. You might not be able to smell it either. I haven't got the window open. Maybe if I open that a little bit so it'll get a bit noisy. So he can smell the beach. But yeah. I love this little car. It's had so much done on it since we've had it. Lovely to drive. Very different to drive though. It's not like a normal car. It's more like a go-kart. I had a Mini, a very done up little black convertible Mini probably about 10 years ago, and it's sort of like that. They're a little bit rough around the edges because they're so tiny, so bumpy and things like that, but yeah, nice to drive. Different. Fun. It's a shame I can't buy it off her. But yeah, if you're interested in this beautiful little fancy Fiat, you can message me. Because I think it's a bloody stunner. I actually hope it doesn't sell, I shouldn't say that. So I can keep driving it. Oops, I missed my turn. Whoopsie. Let's turn around, because you'll probably know when I get closer to the spot we normally park. Oh, here's a whimper. You might smell the beach. I can't see around that corner. I'll trust that lady's judgment. I can't see because of the cars. Here he goes. Here he goes. Where are we, Leyton? Where are we? Where are we? Hey? You normally get that the whole way to the beach, so I'm surprised he's been so calm. What's the matter? What's the matter? Where are we? Is Mummy being cruel? Is Mummy being cruel? Hang on. Your collar's really fat. Hang on, I gotta get you off. Oh geez, if I can't get you off. Okay, we're gonna have to take your collar off. Lift your head. Your collar's too fat for this hook. Can't get it back out. There we go. Hang on. Sit down. Just sit down for a minute. We're not ready yet. Hang on, be patient. Okay, I'll sign off for a minute while I get out. So here we are walking along the pathway. I used to stop at Redhead literally, but they've stopped people with dogs going in that area because that's where I used to always go in. So you go to the playground just up from Redhead Beach. They've got toilets. You're meant to go the next one, but there's no toilets there. Woman with incontinence, I need to go to the toilet before I go on the beach, otherwise I'm squatting in the bush. So that's the best one, I reckon. Stop at the playground, and then they've got this boardwalk. You can't go straight ahead on the boardwalk. You have to do a right turn to be allowed on the beach with dogs. As I said, they've moved that in the last couple of years. But yeah, Leytin, he's probably about 5 years old, I think. I'll have to double check that. But the videos you've been seeing of Leytin that I've been posting is when he was a puppy and how he used to run on the beach when he was a puppy. So he hasn't been here in a little while. I think he's a little bit chunkier than normal. He's not chunky at all, but let's see how he performs on the beach today. Let's see if he goes as nuts as he normally does. I used to bring him here so many times, but I've moved over to Edgeworth. I used to bring him here all the time when I was at Elibana. But Edge is a bit far with all the traffic and the bloody people coming from Sydney, making our area congested. So it's not nice to jump in the car anymore. It takes like an hour to get through Cardiff and Glendale to Edgeworth. The government really need to fix that. Come on, guys. So yeah, it's not pleasant. That's why another reason why I called it Get Out of Here, because I want to get out of Newcastle. It's becoming a mini Sydney, and I'm not a fan of that. So I want to see the rest of Australia. I want to see small towns. I want to find somewhere where everyone knows your name, because Newcastle used to be like that. You'd run into people you knew that knew the next person and next person. I haven't had that since COVID, and that's when Newcastle changed. After COVID, too many people moved up here. Cameron Park's exploded. It's the new Windale. Crime rate in that area is ridiculous. The police don't know what to do about it. So yeah, not fun. But yeah, this walk is quite long and not really fair because we could be walking on the beach. So I don't know who complained and moved the dogs' access. But yeah, something must have happened on the beach for this to happen. So we have to stay in the bush for a while, do this big long walk. But yeah, as I said, I need to use the bathroom. But yeah, we'll be at the beach in probably, 10 minutes more. We'll see you there. Okay, here's a little opening on the walk. I normally do the whole walk, but let's go on here. Come on, Leytin. Love the beach. He's already made a new friend, Gus. Gus is only a puppy, I think. He's behaving like he's just a puppy. Come on, Leytin. Beautiful day. Let's see what the degrees are. 17 degrees. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely. I haven't been here so long, and I used to come every day when Kaylin was a baby and walk the beach. I miss this beach. So Leyton has grown up, because normally he hits the beach and he goes like mad, but I guess he's already just run around with Gus. But he's watching me quite a lot. That's what Pepper's passed now, but I have to see if I can find a video of Pepper so you know what I'm talking about. But Pepper was my first poodle, and he would not leave my side at all. He was like 100% Velcro dog, where Leyton will run away, but I got good recall with Leyton. What'd you find? Stinky? Hey? So, a dog's peed there, so he has to pee there. Male dogs. So yeah, I was feeling really good today, and I didn't have a way to get to the beach because we've only got one car, and my beautiful husband Anthony is working and giving me the day off because I worked so hard yesterday. I felt sick. I don't know if you guys know I've got POTS. I've got hypothyroidism at the moment. Mildly, and perimenopause, if not menopause. You know how you have to wait for that specific date for 12 months. So I have been struggling lately, but today I woke up and I felt great. I got to sleep in. I wanted to go to the beach. I didn't know how to get there. And I'll put in a video now what I was going to do. You don't want to go on the motorbike? Hey? But Leyton was freaking out because he does get anxiety. So I think I need to go around the block a few times first. I wasn't going to drive him all the way from Edgeworth to Redhead, shaking and carrying on when he's not used to it yet. So my daughter said, oh, just drive the Fiat. So she let me drive her car. Told her I wanted to keep the oil passing through it because our mechanic says they shouldn't sit and get leaks. So I've been turning it on and running it for her because she got a new car. And as I said, it's up for sale, FANCIE Fiat. So I'll go through a walkthrough with it. I might give it a bath on the way home because God, she's beautiful. FANCIE, it's what I'm naming her, FANCIE. And yeah, someone's going to love her so much. My daughter wasn't keen on her. We had to do a lot to her. So just regular stuff, shocks, new tyres. So that freaked her out when Rego came, and 3 new tyres and the shocks had to be done. So that's a lot of money for a 17-year-old to have to pay out. And yeah, so she's an expensive little FANCIE Fiat. But I'll show you her a little bit later. I'm going to enjoy walking along this beach and put the phone away. Just thought I'd sit down for a bit. My chest was getting a little bit tired. If you know about POTS, it hit 130, so I'm just sitting. Just watch it go back down when I sit. This is what POTS is if you don't understand. We have to have salt. Mine at the moment, my ratio is a heaped teaspoon of, I use Celtic salt in 2 litres of water a day, plus I have I think it's a 600 milligram salt tablet in the morning. You can see that it's slowly going back down. POTS is a condition of the autonomic nervous system and it doesn't function right. So simplify it. I need to have salt to increase my blood volume, so I have a lot of blood, so my heart doesn't have to pump as hard to pump my blood around. So that's the simplest version I can tell you about POTS, but there's a ton of other symptoms, but that's the biggest one that affects me, that my heart rate gets too high and then my chest hurts. So that's when I have to stop. But I use compression socks, compression tights, compression, I don't know what the shorter ones are called. So you have your abdomen got pressure on it, because your abdomen is your biggest area that you have to try to squeeze the blood. So the compression socks squeeze the blood so it doesn't pool in your legs, because the heart can't pump properly, the blood properly, so your heart rate rises. So the compression socks was the biggest game changer for me to start with. The minute I got them, I went from not being able to mow a lawn to be able to mow a lawn. So I'd get halfway through and I'd feel like I was nearly dead. So heart rate too high, no energy, and I have chronic fatigue, and that was just so bad. I'd come home and I'd just fall asleep and crash. So the compression socks are the best thing I bought. I've got the tights when I have to do a big day, but sometimes that can make it worse, because if I have to sit down to weed, it's compressing my stomach too much, making me more nauseous. So normally weeding, I bend over to weed and I get nauseous if I don't have anything on. But with the compression tights, if I'm standing most of the day and I just have to bend over to pick up one weed or a few weeds, I don't get nauseous, where before I did. And say yesterday, we did 5 hours straight of weeding and I felt nauseous the whole time. I normally sit on a bucket, but yesterday it made me feel more sick, so I just sat on the ground and that was a bit better, but I felt slightly nauseous like you're pregnant the whole time. So that's giving you an idea what POTS is. Yeah, so let's see what my heart rate is now. So it's still quite high. 114 is still a bit too high. But I've taken my socks off because I'm on the beach. As you can see, I've got bare feet. So if I had my socks on, it'd probably be 70, I reckon. And I can show you that later when I sit down and I put my socks on, because I'm just sitting here now. I'm not doing anything strenuous. It should not be 100 beats a minute at all. It just shouldn't be. So yeah, I'll show you that later if you're interested in that, because I'm trying to figure out, are people interested in POTS, that I open a YouTube channel about POTS, or about, I was going to call it Leishy's Life, and see if I can help some other people, because people with POTS, I've got them all on Facebook, and people are suffering. It's a really horrible chronic illness that can't be cured. You can do lifestyle changes that can make it better. So if I didn't have to work my hard job, I'd be probably quite well. But because I have to do my hard job, I crash. And my lovely husband has been very courteous about that lately. So if I do a big day, he gives me the next day off. Where before I had the salt and the compression garments and things like that, I'd be knocked out for like 3 days. But today I've woken up I had a bath as soon as I got home, which I find helps because I'm so sore. And I fell asleep on the lounge. I can't help that. Fell asleep on the lounge after working the 5 hours, weeding the whole time, feeling nauseous the whole time. And then, yeah, I had, say, 10 hours sleep, and I woke up feeling very good, where normally I'd be crashed the next day because I work so hard. So it's a matter of figuring out your body clocks because everyone has it differently. What is it, Leyton? Not many doggies today, is there? Hey? Not many doggies? I thought because I hadn't taken him out so much he'd be less socialised and he'd be a real handful, but he's still just the same, which is great. I used to say to people, if I can remember, that he had no manners. He'd just run up because he wants them to play, so he runs up like he's going to be aggressive and sort of nudges them, but he just wants to trigger them to play. So yeah, I used to say, sorry, he's got no manners. So beautiful. Redhead Beach. Beautiful day. Oh, there looks like a dog coming along now with their owner that might suit Leyton. And there's heaps of dogs down where they shouldn't be, but they might not know. Give me a thumbs up if you love the beach. Just sitting on the beach. I don't necessarily love going in the water. I was dragged out in a rip when I was little, but I love just sitting on the beach. Is there a puppy coming? Okay, we're gonna head back up. Okay, what's the point of this? I don't quite understand why bring a bag, put the shit in a bag and leave it on the beach. It's almost worse than just leaving the shit on the beach that can decompose. Now you've got your littering as well. I don't understand. Somebody tell me, explain to me, what's the sense of that? Because I don't quite understand. There's so many bags on this beach. Just let the dog shit, dig a hole, cover it over. God. But I don't like that either. But I'm just saying, isn't it 1,000 times worse to leave the friggin' bag on the beach? I seriously don't think I'm overreacting. The bag's worse. And I don't even think that's a compostable bag, not a green one that decomposes. Because the green ones, yes, they'll decompose. So that's a better option. But just a black plastic bag? God. People, wake up. Coming up to where we pull in, where the sign says dogs this way, no dogs that way. Don't know if you can see the sign. Beautiful Redhead. As I said, I used to walk all the way down to the beach house, but you're not allowed to now. So yes, this is where we cut in. You could probably put the lead on and walk through, I'd guess, because it's a photo of a dog with no lead. I think I did that at the start when they first did it, just shoved him on a lead and kept walking. I don't know if you can see that. Dog off leash area, 2nd Creek to 3rd Creek. Dog prohibited area, north of 2nd Creek. And pick up and bin it. Yeah, they're not doing that, are they? I think I saw 2 today, which is better than normal. Now I need to hope that my shoes are still where I left them. Let's see. Okay, heading up to the log. Can't see my shoes yet. And I wasn't gone for very long. Are my shoes still there? Hopefully, please. Oh, I think I can see them. Yep, they're still there. Thank you, community. Now, let me show you about my socks. So we've got heart rates 95, right? Oh no, jumped to 131. Okay. Okay, I don't know if you can see or not. I think you're turning the other way. Okay, so these are my socks. I'll show you these. Not affiliated, I bought them myself. You take a risk buying these sorts of things. You don't know if they're going to work, but I can tell you they worked for me. So, get all the sand off my feet. Now these socks can go very high, but you don't want them to. So you don't pull them so hard that they go above your knees, but you still have to pull them. So what I do is I gather them up past the heel, stretch a little bit. Hope you can see. Pull it on there first. They're hard to get on, so over the heel. And then you got to slowly run it through your fingers. I don't know if you can see that. So they're even, because you could pull that on heaps harder and go up over your knees. And then pull that down and put your shoe on, obviously. Now I've got my other one. Dust my foot off. Some of the sand's stuck on my feet. Trust me, you don't want sand inside your compression sock. What are you growling at? Leyton, what are you growling at? No growling, no, none of that. Okay, same deal as the other one. Hope you can see me. Roll it up, get past the heel. Stretch it, especially in the morning, because these have already come off, so they got the stretch out. But in the morning, when you put a fresh pair on, you got to give it stretch, or you just can't get the buggers on. Push hard, get your heel in, pull up, and then slowly release it out. Otherwise, as I said, you'll go up over your knee, which you don't want to do. See, like that. Now all this is a pain in the ass, but when you can't do anything because your heart rate's too high, it's worth being a pain in the ass because they work. So yeah, I recommend. It's the first thing I bought. Before I even did salt, I bought the compression socks first because the salt made me feel sick. And if you're going to start salt, I had to start slowly. I couldn't just jump in and take a heap of salt because it makes you feel sick. So, socks are on. My heart rate's up a little bit. Just to put the compression socks on, I'm at 130. But let's just sit here for a minute and see if it goes down, because it will. So my body's got to adjust to. Let's say hi to Leyton while we're waiting, because it's hard work to put the socks on. Hey, he's a good boy. You were very good today. I think you're growing up. You're not a baby anymore. You weren't interested in every single dog. Hey, you liked this one that's coming, didn't you? Yeah? This one's got dreadies on its head. It's quite funny. It's like a Jamaican dog. Hey? Okay, what's my heart rate doing? Hasn't dropped yet. So I'm just sitting here and it's 133. So that gives you a good idea. They say generally it goes up 30 beats a minute more than it should be. Thought it would have gone down by now though. See my range. Can go down to 53.
Hi.
Hey. Okay, it's just jumped down now to 105. So that was a 30 drop. And you can see, I can't see it. Well, I can see it, but you might not be able to see it. So there's a graph on there. The big drop. It says on the side, if you can read it, 139 must have been the highest it went today as we're walking, and the lowest is the 53, which probably, although it looks like at 12 o'clock it dropped to 53. I don't know what I was doing at that point in time, because there's a little dot down there on 53. Let's press it, see if it's going to drop some more. Not yet, it's not. It should be dropping more by now. I might be dehydrated because I haven't got my water with me, and I've only probably had, say 2 cups, maybe 3 cups of water today so far. And I know I was thirsty when I started walking, but I couldn't see the bubbler. So I bet I'm dehydrated because it's not coming down. And this is what happens if you're dehydrated. Your heart has to work harder, and that's why you have to put salt in your water so the body can utilize the water better. But yeah, it should be sitting at about 70 now. With me sitting on my bottom, I'm not doing anything. So 30 bits higher. We're only at, well, if I'm dehydrated, it's not going to change. I've got to get back to the car and get hydrated. It's just my heart rate might peak getting back up to the car. So let's see how we go, huh? Let's get back to the car. I can't remember which way we came in, Leyton. Was it over here? There's the wooden walkway. It's not that much further. Would have only just been around the corner if you don't do this cut through. Now, Leighton's fine off the lead, but it's nice to be polite to people. I could walk all the way back up to the car and not worry about him, but rules are rules. Okay, stop, Leyton. Sit. Sit for a minute. Sit. Good boy. Let's go. He's such a good boy. Poodles, if you want an obedient dog, Poodle's great. No smell, no hair, obedience. The only real pain in the ass is they're a Velcro dog, so if you want to go to the toilet on your own, you've got to train them. So Leyton still tries to get away with it, but I just give him a dirty or tell him to go away, and he does. But they want to watch you do everything, and I mean everything, even adult fun. They're weirdos, as my partner calls them. Big weirdos, but loyal. So they'll attach themselves to one person, and he thinks that's utterly nutty and ridiculous, but he won't even go to bed with him when he wants him to come to bed with him, like my husband. He'll stay out with me. So he gets a bit jealous about that, I think. But yeah, Leyton attached to me. And yeah, I wouldn't mind another poodle. I don't think he'll let me, but I said when Leyton passes, I want to get a big, massive one, big standard, if I was on my own, because it'd be protective. As I was saying, I had to stop the camera and hold Leyton so he doesn't scare a little kid, and be polite and not have people on the camera. But yeah, I'd love to get a big, massive standard, probably black. I always thought I'd get a big black standard, but probably cost an absolute fortune. But yeah, as I was saying, they don't smell, they don't shed hair. Another pain in the bum thing is you have to clip them, but then a normal dog that you just have to brush, they smell. So I guess I'd rather have to clip him than have the dog smell in the house. And he can get tiny bit stinky. If he's running around, he gets sweaty, but it goes away again. So yeah, you can get 2 weeks out of him. A week generally I like to do, but sometimes if I'm not feeling great, I get 2 weeks out of him. I just wash him with the anti-dandruff shampoo, 2 washes. Just that's what I used to wash the guinea pigs in, that they recommend because it's antifungal. Leyton gets itchy, so I didn't want to use any retail packet perfumed stuff on him. And I also soak some oats in a sock in warm water, so after I've washed him and I've turned the water off, I pour that oat water over him, because oats helps with skin and irritation. And like when my daughter had eczema at 18 months old, I did oat baths for her. So that's what I do for Leyton. The other issue they have is their ears, because they've got their ears that are down. They get the bacteria growing in their ears, so I'll do anything from colloidal silver to pseudo cream to, at the moment I have some steroidal drops if he's itchy and I don't have anything else, or I have fungal cream in the house. You pop in their ears, so it depends. When he tells me he's sore, itchy, what I use. If it's a mild little scream he does, I use, say, pseudo or colloidal, but if it's a big one, I'll use a chemist product. So that's the other problem with poodles, because Pepper had it as well. Yeah, Leyton really wants to go to the toilet, but obviously it's not coming out. I'll take him in this side street and see if he wants to do his poo. He might not want to do it on the grate. He's a little bit fussy like that. Come on, you're going to come in front? You need to do poo? Or you sucked it back in? No, I think he sucked it back in. I've got a poo bag here with me. Come on, Leyton. He's funny like that. He can just suck it back in. So we're nearly there. So if you don't have a dog, obviously you can go straight down. But if you've got a dog, you have to go around that way. But yeah, get out of here, Australia, and go and look at Redhead Beach. Highly recommend Redhead Beach. It's one of my happy places. Okay guys, here's Fancy. Just gonna pop her bonnet. Here she is. I'll just turn her off for a second. Her oil is. We only just changed her oil maybe 2 weeks ago, and she's really hard to see on the stick. Nah, she's good. She's good. Coolant's where it should be, which is good. Can maybe put a little bit more in there. Maybe do that when I get home. She's not on the minimum, which is good, but maybe put just a little bit more in there. Twin air turbo, if you're interested in buying her. She's a Fiat 500 C, so she's a little bit more special than just a Fiat 500. And I think she's a 2013, but let's just double check. Does she say in here? Doesn't say in there. Does she say in? Sometimes it's in that door, or it can be in the other side, but I think she's a 13. No. Let's see what it says in the book. Just while I'm at it, trying to find the model. That's what she had recently. To do her rego, they required 3 new tyres, the shock absorbers in the front. So she paid $16.38 to get that done, just to get this thing registered, which killed her because she's only 17. I thought it would say the year model, but it doesn't. Safety check, should say it here somewhere. Fiat 500, compliance plate is the 3rd 13. So she's a 2013. That was the pink slip from Goodyear when they did all that tyres and shocks for her. But what they did, so they did a service. It's just a service condition report. That cost her $506 to have a service, which I can't find the receipt. There's a little part to the radiator replaced. It's a little T part, and she's replaced that, which that I think was another $500. So she spent a lot of money on this little girl. I'm calling it a girl, aren't I? Leighton's little seat, which I bought for Pepper. Pepper was a toy poodle, so it's smaller, and he's a miniature, so he does look a bit big in it, but he's okay. So yeah, beautiful little car if you want to have a look in the back. And I bought these seat covers for it. I don't think she's emptied the boot yet. No, she hasn't, so I can't show you the boot. She's got all her friends' clothes in there. So this little girl has a sunroof. That's why I'm calling her Fancy. So you push the button. Hang on, I'll close it again because it's only one push. One push to open the roof. And then you've got a convertible. I'm going to give her a bath too. She's not shining right now. I gave her a bath 2 weeks ago. She needs another bath. Doesn't she? She needs another bath. So we'll do that on the way home. She has a good sound system in here. Addie normally has CD players in here, but she's taken them to her other car, so we don't have any CD players. We only have the radio, which I like 105.3. What else? Where should I put you so you can see her drive? I'm gonna close. Okay, so when you're closing the sunroof, you just hold that one down. Does it by itself, but I like it about, oh yeah, stops there. Sorry, it's not my car. So that's a good spot for it to be. Now, where should I put you so you can see her drive? Thinking. Okay, so I'm literally using this seat belt as like a carrier, so I don't even know if it'll stay. You might fall depending on how rough I drive.
Cell phone repairs has just received a fresh stock of top brand mobiles ready to go. Buy a quality refurbished Samsung, Apple or Google device.
Just so you can see how this lovely car drives.
Set up, synced and ready to use, plus 6-month guarantee.
Turn the radio down. Now this has got an auto function and a manual function, but no clutch. So if you want to be a rev head and change the gears yourself, you can. I don't bother. I'll let all these people go. Everyone's just decided to leave at the same time. Look at that. Not many cars would do a U-turn like that. Hairpin turn. Try again. Leighton's head's in the way. Well, I tried and couldn't get to stay up, so I'm sorry I couldn't show you much driving of the car, but let's go give it a wash. This is what FANCIE Fiat looks like, nice and washed. I didn't bring my chamois with me, so I'll have to drive it home and just give it a chamois. Beautiful. Rightio, quick chamois, because I forgot to take it with me. Literally cost me $5 to wash this car at the car wash. So I just keep going round and round in circles. Nice and quick. So yeah, $5. She's only got 95,000 on her. I think Addie bought her with only 92 on her. She's only done like 3,000 because she was only driving her to school and back because she's still doing her HSC. So yeah, bloody beautiful car. If I had the money, I'd buy it off her, but I don't. So yeah, if you're interested in owning a 2013 Fiat 500C, it's a 900 engine, it's a turbo, it's only got 95,000 Ks on it. As I said, she's done a service on it. We only just changed the oil and changed the filter 2 weeks ago. She runs like a dream. She's just a bit different, so a little bit go-karty. But I love the bloody little thing. But no, Addie doesn't love her. So, as I said, she bought another one, bought a different car. And so if you would like to own her, get in touch. She is up for sale. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. Let me know what you liked about that one. Do you want to hear more about medical issues that I'm dealing with and how to make them better? That might help you. Do you want to see more Leytin, or would you love to see more Fiat? I love the Fiat. Please like and subscribe. Find us on every platform, and we'll see you on the next one.